What's going on, everybody? I'm back again with another vlog, and today I am in Uptown by Manhattan Valley. It's a neighborhood that borders the Upper West Side with Morningside Heights in Harlem, and it's like a little secret gem over here. It stretches from 96th Street to 110th Street and all the way from Central Park to Riverside. So it's like a residential area, but it has a lot of restaurants, nice streets, beautiful architecture. So we're gonna walk around this small neighborhood. It used to be formerly known as Bloomingdale District. Still a section in the other side is Bloomingdale District, but we're gonna walk around and explore what the neighborhood has to offer. So I'm gonna take you guys with me, so join me. So here to my right hand side is Central Park. You can see the stones and everything covered with that. And then this is 104th Street and part of the neighborhood, but I think I'm gonna walk to 110 because I've never been in that side. But yeah, I'm gonna be exploring deeper into the neighborhood, and then you can see it's surrounded by the hills. They got beautiful architecture over here. And if you go in that side of the road, you can see the beauty about this neighborhood. So now I'm walking in this side by the Central Park, and I cross the street because I want to show you guys like a beautiful architecture. Most of the times when you Google the neighborhood, this is what's gonna pop up. But then you see how the apartment starts looking like. But this building in the corner is really beautiful by 105th Street. And you got like a little tall building to the background, so I'm gonna show you ahead. So you can see how beautiful this building is over here. The details of the building. And all architecture here, and then they got like a tall building over the background. So they got also served by a bike lane, so it's pretty easy to bike around. Like I said, this is just only a little portion of what I'm showing you. And then over here is one of the many entrances of this side of Central Park. You can see a lot of vegetation. And there was a strong heat wave, whoa. And there was a strong heat wave going on. Thank God today the weather's more stable, it's better. And then you can see the entrance over here of the neighborhood. So, like I said, but I'm still gonna walk 4 more blocks down to see the little circle happening around Harlem. Then I'm gonna make my left and then to go deeper left to show you more of the neighborhood. And you can see over here the details, and then Central Park West, you know. A lot of apartments here for lease, and they keep the beautiful structure of the apartments, you know. Then I like this one here, then it says for lease, so I'm not sure if they're renting out and stuff, so. But you can see how the streets go. They go like up in the hill. And I'm really excited to take you deeper into the neighborhood. So as I was walking, I guess because it's normal, because I do this every time there goes a train, but somebody saw me like holding the camera and they asked me if I'm a YouTuber. So I said yes, you know, even though I have a small channel, but they decided to take a picture with me. I didn't got his name, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna watch this video. So whoever you are, you know, thanks for stopping by and taking a picture. So shout out and all that. But yeah, let's keep up going deeper with the neighborhood. And this is the area that I've never been. You know, I've seen it from Instagram pictures and stuff, and they got like a circle over here, and this is kind of like the borderline of Harlem. Harlem's over here, then Morningside should be like somewhere around here. But they got like a circle over here that divides Central Park, and I heard there's also like a market they do around somewhere around here. But you see like the circle. A little bit different from Columbus Circle and 59th Street, but this is not my first time walking around here. So it looks beautiful. And then you got a beautiful Central Park. I like it because it's more like a local vibe, you know. At some point, the building kind of reminds me of the building by the Grand Army Plaza in Brooklyn. So like I say, this over here where you see those tall buildings, that's literally like the beginning of Harlem, West Harlem. But like I say, enough of this, so I'm gonna make my way over here, probably make a detour to my left, and start showing you a little bit of the neighborhood. Over there you can't see it clear, but that's actually Morningside Park, which I made a video in that section, like I think like 2 years ago. So it's cool to see it from this side, but now, this over here is Manhattan Avenue. So I'm gonna make my left over here, and then we start seeing a little bit of the neighborhood of Manhattan Valley. But I'm gonna make a couple of detours around so you have an idea what the regular streets looks like, the architecture, the residential area. So over this side, you can see how beautiful these brownstones are, collection of buildings, and even here to my right hand, you see it. And a lot of history with this neighborhood too. Like in the 50s, it started going like in decline and stuff, you know, a lot of poverty and stuff. But then throughout the years, a lot of gentrification, like it happens in many neighborhoods in New York City, it's been going on. So this neighborhood's upcoming and rise. But it's still, you know, it's a diverse neighborhood. And I had a friend used to live here. So I discovered this neighborhood and he showed me around, you know, like the stores and everything. So that's why I decided to come back here and show you guys, you know, what the neighborhood has to offer. But here you can see like the beautiful details of this architecture over here. Like really gorgeous. And then this one too, it has its own style. This is like a different type of apartment complex here in New York City. Down there is Central Park. And then you can see the architecture keeps going over here. So yeah, I really love it. And it must be like a well done building, like a well structured building. I'm gonna make it a Columbus Avenue and show you what's happening around the pretty busy street with a lot of business going on. This is 105th Street. And you can see also surrounded by beautiful architecture of apartment complex. So pretty unique and beautiful. Columbus Avenue over here, you can start seeing all the business going on. A lot of restaurants, good restaurants too. I ate in a couple of restaurants over here and they're pretty good. They got a Dominican restaurant that I ate, there's an Indian restaurant. And they tell me it's good because I see there used to be like a lot of cab drivers that would stop over there. Then a little bit of everything, like small business and stuff. So this is like a little hidden gem here in this neighborhood. But it offers a lot, you know. And here you got some Cajun food and bar. And this is the Indian restaurant I'm talking about, the Curry King. I heard it's really good. They got an outdoor dining where you can eat. And I heard it's affordable too. Then I believe the Dominican restaurant is right here called My Bueno, which I ate here like a couple years ago during the pandemic and it was really good. So now I'm gonna make my way to Amsterdam Avenue, which is full of business. I'm probably gonna walk up to 96th Street, which is the ending of Manhattan Valley. And once I make it there, I'm gonna head right and make it back again to Broadway to show you the other main street and probably make it up way and end the block by Riverside Drive. So you can see the diversity of the neighborhood, so stay tuned. Now you can see here, this street is Amsterdam Avenue. And as I walk a little deep further, you're gonna start seeing all the business. And there's a high community of Puerto Rican people living over here. Like I say, it's diverse. A lot of people from other ethnicities and backgrounds take over. So here you got like, I believe this is like a boba tea, Chinese restaurant. There's much more restaurants on the other side. And basically some of the residents that live here, they say it's like really good food. It's like a hidden gem or like a foodie paradise over here. Like multi-ethnic, you know, cuisines. Here you got a shawarma shop. Cheap eats, so this is like a hidden gem over here. Then they got a supermarket and deli. Tropical sensation. I believe it's like, I don't know, Latin food. Then we got more going on the other side. I just passed an Ethiopian restaurant. And believe it or not, I never had Ethiopian food, so maybe one day I'm gonna venture it. This is 106 here, like a main street. The sunset's gonna fall down, and today it's the last day that the sunset falls after 8 o'clock in New York City. A little unfortunate, but you know, that's how it is here. Summers don't last much, but you know, that's life, that's how it goes. And here you got an Indian cuisine. Then another one, I believe this is like Brazilian style, like a healthy option. So I never walk in the street, I believe, so. When you say mistaken, we're just like a Vietnamese and the other side. And Chinese food over here. So yeah, so far it's pretty interesting. So I think this is like a nice neighborhood to explore, you know. Not too far from the city. If you hop on the B train, the C train, get off of 105th, it's probably like a 10-15 minute commute from Midtown Manhattan. So that building behind me, I don't know if you can see it, but I put it in the B-wall. It's actually a hostel. And I know I read a lot about hostels here in New York City, and I used to see in Google this one pop up. So it's the first time that I'm looking at it. And it's pretty convenient, you know, for backpackers, people who are on a budget. They can stay over here, and then it's a nice neighborhood to walk around, and the subway train is not far. You know, like I said, the one train is on one side, then on the other side is the B train. So like many neighborhoods in New York City, you see new developments going on. And this is a new building with some business. And then when I go further, heading to the late 90s streets, it's gonna turn like in tall residential buildings with balcony. So you'll see the difference. Even in a little street like this, you can see how they're popping a tall skyscraper. So it's like everywhere, not only in Midtown, they're building skyscrapers in New York City. So, and then here's what I'm talking about, tall residential building with balcony. This would be, you know, like a lovely view. It probably has a view of the Hudson River and parts of Jersey from up there if you live like in a penthouse. And then here they got a restaurant. A lot of these places have outdoor dining. So I'm gonna assume that there's a nice nightlife up here in this neighborhood. And then where those tall buildings are, I believe it's like 96th Street, and it's kind of like the borderline with the Upper West Side. And then Guacamole, I guess this is like a Mexican restaurant. But yeah, a lot going on over here. So like I say, mostly over here is residential. This over here is 96th Street, and where I'm standing is actually Manhattan Valley, then Upper West Side's over there. But now I'm gonna make it to another main street, Broadway, which is probably the longest street in Manhattan that goes all the way downtown and it passes to the Bronx. And I'm gonna show you how busy it is and all the streets that go there. The one train stops by right there and a couple of stops. So yeah. There you hear the sirens. No matter how quiet a neighborhood is in New York City, you're always gonna hear sirens. So I guess it's officially a New York City vlog. So this over here is Broadway, and pretty wide streets, a lot of business, but I'm gonna walk forward to see what else can I find, show you guys, you know, around this beauty. I'm walking around Broadway, and one thing I gotta say, besides the business, is it's a mixture of architecture with the old architecture and the brand new buildings. I don't know if you can see it clearly, but they're building like a new complex over here, but then it's surrounded by, it was a motorcycle. It's surrounded by a lot of old architecture happening over here. And like I said, that's the beauty about exploring around New York City. You know, you get all this mixture, diversity of architecture, no matter which block you go. And then over here is 101st Street, served by the one train. And then this apartment complex over here. And then this is kind of like a little bit of a borderline, I would say. Like Manhattan Valley is over here, and then they consider kind of this area the Bloomingdale District. And then here you see the one train, 101st Street. And then there's a lot of Indian restaurants over here, I noticed that. And it must be pretty good, because I see, you know, people chilling. Then I know there's a lot of diners over here. All these, and there's more business on the other side. Pizzerias, it's a Japanese restaurant. So I think this is like a hidden gem of foodie over here in New York City. Like you could walk around these blocks and find a lot of options, and they might be also probably in the affordable side. Here's a Israel restaurant, Jerusalem falafel. So it's like you find all type of cuisine within the same street, like within the block. And then if you want fast food, they got a McDonald's over there on the other side. So like I said, it's a little bit of everything, you know, depending on your taste buds. So yeah, and here you got like a nice restaurant. I think it's like a French restaurant, because I see the flag over here. You can see the outdoor dining. This is more like an upscale style restaurant. But I think this is like a hotspot for a lot of restaurants. It's even across the street, you don't see it because the trees are blocking it, but I see also a ton of restaurants over there. So this is an area that I think people should venture, like if you want to find like the authentic cuisine and all of that. So now I'm just gonna walk to the other park, which is the Riverside Drive Park. And you know, pretty beautiful park over there, you know. It has the Hudson River. Still daytime, good thing, you know, it gets a little bit dark late right now during this season. And I think this over here is like the Bloomingdale District. But even before in the past, Manhattan Valley was called the Bloomingdale District, but then they changed the name. And then you see the beautiful architecture. And like I say, when you see the signs of the streets in brown, you cannot really see it clear, but it's because it's an historic district. So I'm trying to read what it says there. It says Riverside West End Historic District. So yeah, you can see all this beauty over here. But yeah, I love the block so far. I think it's pretty cool. Now, so I'm walking over here to the Riverside Park. This area is just beautiful. You can look at the beautiful architecture over here, the structure of buildings. And this one over here. And then a lot of vegetation over there at the end. It kind of goes like up in the hill. I gotta say, this is like a huge mansion or like a palace, like the ones you see like in the movies and stuff, but it's just amazing. And it's crazy, like even the windows, everything, you know, it has so much details. And then this is a really nice area, which it goes all the way from Harlem all the way down to the Upper West Side, which I made a video a couple of years ago. You can see how it's covered up with trees. So I'm gonna see if there's a way I can cross the street and make it over that way and wrap up the video. I'm over here by the park. Like, it's a little hidden gem. The highway's over there. Then there's another road over here that you got to take the stairs all the way down. But it's a different vibe, you know. It's pretty peaceful, pretty quiet, and really beautiful. Like I said, the weather today is perfect. It's not hot and humid like it was the past days. But it's really pleasant for me to walk around here and see what nature has to offer. There's people doing picnics over there. The sunset falls down over there. The Hudson River's over there, and New Jersey's on the other side. So, like I said, pretty beautiful park. And I never get bored of this amazing city of New York City. So the park keeps going deeper over here. There's a little baseball field over this way. And then over this side, it's kind of like a tennis court or volleyball, people playing over there. And there's like a little, not sure if it's a restaurant or a bar. And then over there you can see New Jersey right by the river. And pretty beautiful over here. So I'm gonna walk a little forward over here to capture some views. And I'm probably gonna call it a day. Also, you could go on the other side of the road, walk and bike. So I kind of have an idea. Maybe I could do a bike video, biking all the way from the end of Manhattan all the way down. Probably, I don't know, until it ends, maybe to downtown Manhattan. But yeah, we'll see. But I'm gonna show you guys ahead of me. This is the West Side Highway over here. Then you got the view of the Hudson River. And New Jersey's over there, so it's a really beautiful scenery. So that was the end of my video exploring Manhattan Valley and Bloomingdale District. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more. Be safe out there, everybody. God bless y'all, and peace.